Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to another week of Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And sorry, Mr. Kona is still stuck in solitary confinement in the far sector. Told him not to look up that Guardian's dress. Yeah, come on. All right, so yes, tonight we'll be getting to Green Lantern 71 through 75. I was gonna say Hero's Quest, but I don't know if that's the first 3 or all 5, but that's what I'm going to call it. Hero Quest. But no, all right, while you're searching for the info, you know what? We always talk about, are you watching this show or that show? Have I asked you yet? Have you watched Peacemaker yet?
I think you have. And Stace and I were going to finish off Book of Boba Fett, and we did that. But we haven't started Peacemaker yet. So maybe this week or this weekend.
You mean The Mandalorian 2.5 guest starring Boba Fett?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the season finale. The season finale of Peacemaker is coming on Thursday, and that's 8 episodes. Yeah,
it was. The structure is just really weird. I mean, part of me was just grinning because, we were getting to see, Luke and R2 and Ahsoka and all of them. But I'm like, this doesn't really kind of structurally work. I mean, I understand why they put it in there, but for it being the Book of Boba Fett, he didn't appear in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it kind of, it's for you didn't watch the finale yet.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I guess they were both in the finale, so it's like, I guess that's. But I know, yeah. Why couldn't you have done some of that in Mandalorian season 2 or something?
It was very strange. Very strange. I just. Well, I mean, I guess they wanted him there, and they wanted Grogu there, so. Spoilers, sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know what to make of it. I need to think about it probably some more and maybe rewatch it. But
yeah,
it's very strange. Very strange.
All right, and we were just talking offline. What's this week's issue? Green Lantern number, is it 11 already?
I think 11 is coming out this week. Yeah, I think it's 11.
I mean, as we're recording this, it came out today. I'll get it tomorrow. But yeah, did you find what you're looking for with the logo?
I did. I am trying to get it downloaded now. Save image as. Come on, prompt me to save the image. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. Can I share my screen? And I'll just show it.
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay.
And I'll probably just have to, just hit OK. But yeah, go down. If it's like mine, it's at the bottom, it says like share and stuff.
Let's see. I think it's.
It'll ask you like if you want to share a Chrome tab or the window, I think.
Yeah, I think this is the one.
Okay.
There, can you see that?
Yeah, here, let me throw that up there.
This is from Mosaic Comics, at Mosaic Comics on Twitter. I showed up in my feed because I'm a Green Lantern, freak, but whatever. But he said across the 11 issues, the Green Lantern logo explodes into smoldering ruins before slowly being rebuilt and relit. And I had not noticed that about this latest series of Green Lantern, but here are each of the logos.
Yeah, I
So if
didn't
you
know.
go one across, left to right across the top, one, and then 11 is, it's almost completely reformed. 12, I guess we'll see, should have it completely reformed and cool stuff happening, I hope. But yeah, I thought this was a really kind of cool thing, about the latest Green Lantern series that I just had completely missed because I didn't have each issue out looking at it. But I thought it was really cool. Really cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, you want me to go ahead and stop sharing that?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. I never even noticed that. I'm gonna have to go back and look at all my covers. But no, I saw somebody was saying, I guess, because Hal Jordan showed up at the end of the last one, so he's gonna be in this one probably. So
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if you agree with this because you are the Hal Jordan fanboy.
I close up Hal Jordan.
But no, this I think it was on Twitter. Some poster was like, "Oh man, every time, man, the boost sales on the book. Eventually, they always got to bring Hal Jordan back into the book."
I disagree with that because they totally booted him off the book 30 years ago to get sales. So I find your logic faulty. But anyway, I think this has always been the story.
Oh yeah, I think that's what someone even replied. They're like, "Well, didn't Jeffrey Thorne have him at the end of was it issue 2 or 3?" They're like, "I think it was always the plan for Hal to come in at some point."
Yeah, I mean, and when you get right down to this is really at its core, it's kind of John Stewart's story, but I think Jo is, she's kind of the secondary part of this. I mean, she's been a big part of the, these 11 issues, these 10 issues so far. 11 I think comes out soon, and I'm going to say something that's going to surprise you, but every Green Lantern story doesn't have to be about Hal Jordan. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I certainly enjoy it when they are.
Yeah. I think that was the whole point of this story he did. It's like that he was trying to show what they do without Hal Jordan and even Kyle Rayner wasn't here, Guy Gardner, like John.
Yeah.
And even John. I mean, John's been kind of like he hasn't been on Oa for a while, so it's basically our newest Lantern, Joe. Basically taking charge. Her and Simon's basically.
Yeah.
It's like,
so we had some of Simon. We also had a little bit of Jessica in the. She's now a yellow. Can I say this? Is this spoilers? Spoilers. If you don't want to know what happened in the Green Lantern annual that came out 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Oh yeah, it was before. I know it was before Christmas.
Yeah, a long time ago. She's now a Yellow Lantern. So that's cool. And Hal showed up in that issue, but at really. I think this is Thorne telling the John Stewart story that he wanted to tell. And then I think kind of a huge bonus was Joe getting created, before he got a chance to tell it. And then him being able to incorporate Joe into this story, which I think is really cool.
So do you think, did he write this? Did he start writing this before Joe was created, or was Joe created and then he's like, oh, hey, I can use, Joe in this story?
He has on his Patreon, he has some free posts where he talks about like the first 4 issues, I think. And he did talk about Joe. I don't remember what exactly he said, but I think it was kind of he wasn't going to write the only Green Lantern book. He wasn't going to be the only writer of Green Lantern. That kind of fell to him, at some point when they were changing things out, when around Future State and all the things that were going on. But he basically got to take the reins, of the entire, Green Lantern mega series, whatever we want to call it. But I think, and I'd have to, if you check his Patreon out, and I'll have to find that link, but he does talk about, how he kind of came in there, and he's admitted, on Twitter that he doesn't like Hal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hal has just never worked for him, and that's cool because we have lots of lanterns. So we have John, we have Joe, we have Hal, Guy, we have Kyle, we have all of these lanterns that appeal to different people. But I think it was the editors that maybe wanted Joe to come in. But I think he said that it was editorial defined that the battery had to explode. Again, I don't know. Editors, dudes, you guys have done this. Like, this is like the third time, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Fourth time, maybe? I don't know. It's been a lot. Let's maybe for the next decade, let's not blow up the battery. I don't know.
And I mean, do we need to blow up the battery? I mean, if you want to do the Joe story, fine. But it's like if you want to keep Hal away for most of the year, fine. If you want to get John Stewart off planet somehow and maybe rediscovering those Guardian powers, fine. But keep Joe and the others with their rings and and having the face some whatever with the ring. I come to Green Lantern for rings.
These things right here.
Okay. Kona, you should have been here. Yeah, I'm like Tom Brady. I come for the rings.
Well, the cool thing is, because I follow Jeffrey Thorne on Twitter as well. He's pretty entertaining. But he posted something. I think it was Sunday night, maybe. That he says he knows he never wanted to write Hal Jordan. Never wanted to. He doesn't have a Batman story. He mentioned these things. He goes,
Batman story.
He goes, I just stumbled on to a Hal Jordan story, but it'd have to be in Elseworlds. And I was like, that's the power of Hal.
Oh my.
I of course love Hal Jordan.
Exactly.
Yeah, somewhere along the way too, we're gonna have to squeeze in those 2 volumes of what is that, Earth 1?
Yeah, I haven't read either of those yet. So that.
Oh really?
Something. Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard they're pretty good. It's I forget who the writer is.
Yeah, I forget who it is. But yeah, I mean, they're Hal Jordan. I mean, John Stewart shows up eventually. You get a bunch of characters, but I mean, it's basically a Hal story. So,
oh, cool. I'll have to give it a try then.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different continuity. It's basically an Elseworlds, but
yeah. Oh, I did. I just ordered Beware of Their Power, which reprints like the Silver Age Green Lantern series, like 205 through 216 is a hardcover.
Oh, okay.
And so that's even more of the collected versions of that second series. And then there's the Darkseid War, I think. I think that was a collected edition because it crossed over into lots of different, the multiple Green Lantern books at the time, as well as maybe something else. Is it Darkseid War? Hang on a second, I can look and see.
But no, yeah, Earth 1, it's written by Gabriel Hardman and Karina Becco, and that Gabriel Hardman does the art too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're hardcovers. They're pretty, all those Earth 1s are like hardcovers.
Yeah, I'd kind of avoided those because it just seemed like,
Yeah, I mean, it's a different continuity, so you're not missing anything if you don't read them. But I thought they were, I bought the first one, and I'm not going to buy the second one if I don't enjoy the first one. So,
oh, it's the Green Lantern New Gods Godhead. That was the book that I ordered. So,
okay, is that New 50? Is that New 52?
I think that is New 52.
Yeah, I know they tried to do something briefly with the New Gods, and I think it did cross over in like the Green Lantern stuff during New 52.
Yeah, that's it looked pretty good. I'm gonna eventually get all the collected editions just so it's easier to read, right?
Yeah.
Where is issue number 76?
From right to left over there behind his head, kid. That's the Green Lantern right there.
There you go, right there.
The complete works of Green Lantern.
I have the story.
Hey, you really want to be the man, the historian? I'm sure did they collect the original Alan Scott stuff? You got to start from the first issue of Alan Scott all the way to the present.
They do. There's a Golden Age Green Lantern Archives. Yeah, right there. There's one volume of it, I think. I don't know if it reprinted all of them or not. I'd have to look at the series and see what it did. But yeah, the archive editions, I love the reprints of those. I mean, it's got the trade dress is just not pretty.
Yeah.
It's not, but I did love the archives because it reprinted, it made a lot of those stories really available for the first time, to me and to, everybody, because they hadn't, so many of them hadn't been reprinted since they'd originally been published.
Yeah, I wonder if they have to dig for some of that art sometimes, just because they, back then
yeah.
they were like, yeah, no one's gonna come back for this.
Yeah, exactly. This is all just throwaway. We're gonna just throw it. I don't know. I mean, they maybe still had the films. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they had to, shoot from the copy of the issue or something. I mean, it's who knows.
Yeah. All right, kids, and I don't know which order the shows are going to be coming out in, but yes, I know Lilith and I have discussed Summer of '69 already, which will be July of this year. I think we were originally shooting for June, but it's going to be July. And yes, this show will be participating. So yes, in July we're going to take a break on the Cal Rayner stuff, and we're going to be doing Silver Age Hal Jordan, all from the year 1969. So
nice.
I had to talk Will into doing extra Hal Jordan.
I of course love Hal Jordan.
Exactly. It was the arm twisting was just so painful. It was
I barely got my thumb off the screen after I messaged him. He's like, I'm in. Sounds good.
So what are you picking up tomorrow?
Well, Green Lantern 11, of course.
Of course. If it comes out tomorrow, I think it does, but I'm not certain.
I think it came out today, but I go to the store on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Of course, new Spider-Man. Of course,
it's hard to be a Wednesday warrior when stuff comes out on Tuesday, right?
Well, it's only DC. Everyone else does Wednesday, so DC just has to be difficult. Oh, new Flash is out tomorrow.
Cool.
Hulk, new Justice. Ooh, Justice League 72. That means there's tomorrow's issue and only 2 more, and then Bendis is off the book. Then they start that death with Justice League. Nightwing, of course. For all you DC fans, yeah, Wonder Woman comes out tomorrow. And so, you know what I was gonna? Speaking of Jeffrey Thorne, I told you Amazing Spider-Man 88.BEY. I know you said you're not a big fan of Spider-Man, even though it says Amazing Spider-Man on the book. Spider-Man is not in this book.
Okay.
So it's basically, I don't know if you read any Slingers back in the 90s.
I remember the team, but I don't remember if I read any of them. But
okay, yeah, it's most of them. Although, I mean, the original Hornet's still dead. I'm surprised they haven't brought him back yet. But no, Hobie Brown, the original Prowler, is like the new Hornet, and he's
okay.
I don't know if he's going to be like their leader or like the brains of the outfit, but because it seems like Miles Morales' dad is kind of taking over that whole Prowler thing. So it's like. But no, I mean, I like this story because they're just like investigating all the shady dealings of the Beyond Corporation, because I guess Hobie Brown like bought some nonprofit or something, and like they bought him out for like way more than it was worth. So he's like, oh, something shady's going on.
Of course.
Like these companies don't just give you 3 times what the company's worth. But no, it's good. The art is good.
I may have to give it a look then.
I'm assuming it's only a one shot right now, because at the end they're like, hey, you want more Slingers? Write in and let us know, kids. So no, if they announce like an ongoing Slingers with Jeffrey Thorne, I'd be here for it.
Cool. Very cool.
It was very good. I take a look, Will, and like I said, I know you're not the biggest Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man is not in it at all.
Well, I mean, I don't hate him. It's just
I know you're just you're like, I don't have to pick him up every month. Yeah. So that was bugging me. I was like, I mean, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, but I was like, why doesn't Will like Spider-Man?
Yeah, I mean, I've got most of was it Michelini, however you say his name. Most of his run on Spider-Man, because that's so good. I think I've got a lot of the Stern stuff, the Hobgoblin arcs.
Oh,
really good. Because I was getting Amazing the McFarlane on there, Eric Larson on there, Mark Bagley, most of Bagley's. I've got a lot of them. It's just, for the last several years, I just, ever since they did the reset on him,
Well, I was gonna say, you know what? I was gonna say if not before, I bet you it was probably that that first reboot they did. What was that? 1999.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, it's a good jumping off point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that book suffered, and then like oh my god, Brand New Day after they wiped away that marriage. Oh my god, Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters, and like for years after they did like Brand New Day, I was like, it's okay, it's okay. I mean, it took me years. Like I was still reading it, but I'd be like, okay, that's this month. Okay, that's this month. What's next?
Yeah, go to the next one. Yeah.
But no, I'm back on this. Flagship character sells his marriage to the devil. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That works perfectly.
Hey, Casada. Yeah. I remember when Disney was first buying Marvel, they're like, Disney's not going to let that stand. Spider-Man selling his marriage to the devil. Come on. I forget if it was Quesada or one of them was like, oh, well, it wasn't technically the devil. It's like,
he's just a devil. Speaking of, that's a line from the latest Green Lantern. Not a Green Lantern, the Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah. Should we get into these issues? We got 5 tonight. But hey, it's all Green Lantern.
That's right. And I jumping ahead a little bit, I feel like the Wonder Woman was probably the weakest one. I'm like, wait, he pretended to do what? Really? That doesn't make any sense.
It was very yeah. All right. I don't have synopsis, so we'll have to walk through these, but yeah, I'll do the credits and stuff. But yes, Hero Quest starts in Green Lantern 71, well, volume 370, number 71 from February 1996. Hero Quest 1, Gotham.
Wonder who he's going to meet in Gotham.
I mean, we'll get to that. I don't know if that was kind of a bait and switch, but yeah, we'll get there.
I love Batman.
Writer Ron Marsh, penciler Paul Pelletier, inker Romeo Tangle, colorist Linda Medley, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editor Kevin Dooley.
Nice.
All right, kids. So yeah, so remember, Cal's on his road trip to kind of discover, hey, what's it mean to be a hero? But yeah, oh yeah, that cover. I mean, if nothing else, man, look, they got that big whose signal is right behind Cal, and that's hey kids, look who's gonna show up in this book, even if it's not gonna be the whole book. Look,
he totally did.
You showed up for like 5 minutes. All right, so yeah, so of course, first page, who's standing there? On his favorite gargoyle.
I love Batman.
I love Batman.
But I mean, I like the art. Yeah, it's like basically, Batman's trying to stop this.
Yeah, and is it what was Banks? Banks was on art this issue, right?
No, this was Paul Pelletier.
Okay, I like his version of Batman and Robin. I thought looked really good.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Pelletier does a great Batman and Robin. Yeah, they're trying to stop this robbery with the diamond exchange, and then Cal comes in, ties him up, and he's like, "I thought I'd give you a hand with them." And Batman's just like, "There are 4. What?
There are 4. What?
Coming up behind." I love it. He's like, she's like, "Oh man, way to make a great first impression in front of Batman." So yeah, Cal catches the guy who knocked him over the head, and he's like, I'll get him. And Batman's like, "Don't bother."
And don't put yourself in so much danger, Robin, going through a windshield.
The car wasn't moving, was it?
I don't
know. But yeah, basically, Cal's just like, "Oh, sorry about that," and Batman just standing there being Batman, like, "What do you want?
What do you want, punk?"
You came to Gotham to ask me questions? I love how he says, "Understand something. I am not a teacher," as you see Robin right behind him.
Yeah, Robin. Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl.
Multiple Robins, yes.
Oh, and Robin. Yeah.
Jason Todd, Tim Drake, yes. In my world, there's no time to hold your hand. And then he's like, Cal just like puts his head down for 2 seconds, looks up, he's like, "Hey, he's gone." And Robin's just like, "Yeah, don't let him bother you. That's his style." You want to
The
know?
conversation between he and Robin was pretty good.
Oh yeah, basically, Robin's like, I think he does it because he thinks he has to. He doesn't have an all-powerful toy like the one you've got on your finger. This is a crusade for him, and it never ends. So yeah, after Robin gives him his little speech, he kind of disappears too. Which he kind of should have expected. He's holding a rope and a batarang in his hand. I wonder what's...
how's he going to disappear?
Yeah. So then Cal takes off and being all mature, and then he blocks the bat signal. And then he's just sitting there on a rooftop with like ring constructs. Looks like a diner almost. And was that?
Yeah.
He's all depressed. Here I am sitting alone in Gotham City. Not alone as we see a figure swoop in. No, it's not Batman.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's Alan Scott. I mean, I get it. Batman's the bigger jaw, but you couldn't have something on the cover too that says, "Hey, hey, look, it's young Alan Scott."
It's Sentinel or Golden Age Green Lantern or Starheart or whatever you want to call him this week.
Look at him. He's young and he's got those 90s muscles, kids.
That's right.
Got that 90s six-pack.
But technically, he's 130, 120. Let's see. He was like 20-something during, let's say he was born in 1920, 1915. So he's 105 minus 20. Oh, he's only about 85.
He spent some time in limbo, though, so I don't know.
He did.
On his aging, yes.
Long time in limbo.
In Valhalla. So yeah, Cal's just thinking, oh yeah, cool. He helped me with, let me know what was going on when I first got the ring. And remember issue 55, kids? But yeah, he's like, I didn't know you hung in Gotham. I have certain interests that keep me in Gotham.
His
he's
secret
like,
identity.
What?
His secret identity.
Exactly. Then he's like, oh, you didn't exactly make a quiet arrival as he's pointing at the block bat signal. I was like, oh yeah. But then he tells him he came looking for Batman. But then he's asking Alan, he's like, you think you could tell me something? You originally showed me the ropes. He's like, I hate being a second choice to Batman, but I guess you could give me a hand. As he fires up his hand. So yeah,
Bravo,
so the Starheart power is internalized at this point, right? He's not wearing a ring.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Because they don't really give you a clear shot of his hand, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's...
Now, basically, I think he kind of explains it that his wife sold her soul to Neron.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I might have read that originally, but it's been a long time. But
was that the Hell Sentinel, the Abyss, or something? It was one of those Underworld Unleashed, Hell Sentinel, or something like that.
Yeah, something with Sentinel in the title. Yeah. Yeah, because I think he, now was it the Starheart that made him young? Now he's young again, and his wife wasn't young, so she kind of sold. I guess she sold her soul for youth, but yeah, so her, I guess her body is young, but yeah, her,
her soul's in hell. Except he went and got it. Now he's gonna put it in the body. I guess I don't know. It's magic.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her because she shows up and tells Alan, the only reason I exist is to please you.
Yeah.
And Cal's like, whoa, whoa. Why does a woman never say that to me? Yeah, so basically Harley Quinn is like, yeah, you're a young man now with needs. It's like, whoa.
Whoa.
We were made for each other. He's like, no. Harley Quinn's like, no, it's her, isn't it? And look, Alan has someone under a blanket. I guess it's his wife's soul.
I guess I didn't really understand how that quite worked, but yeah, okay.
I'm assuming that's her soul or something like it. And Harley Quinn's like, oh, you want me to help make her better again? And he's like, yeah, what else do you expect me to do? That's my wife.
That's right.
And Harley Quinn's like, she's old. She lived her life. I haven't lived mine. So yeah, I don't know. She must have some kind of powers because like Alan's like fighting demons and
Yeah,
then
nightmares. She can make nightmares a reality or something, which
Yeah,
doesn't really kind of go with being a Harlequin, you know. But
Yeah.
that's whatever.
I think Noron was like giving everyone powers,
Yeah.
either upgrading or giving people powers. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause sounds like a giant zombie-headed cow. I won't let you destroy me. I was created to love you, Alan. So Cal's like, oh hey, this is all illusion. So he basically uses a ring construct to cover his eyes. And then,
Wait, how about this?
Mhm.
Okay, watch. Are you watching?
Yes. Where did your eyes go?
It was the ring.
It looked like skin just like went over your eyes. What was that?
I don't know, man. I just been able to do it since I was a child. I don't know.
I mean, I guess visually for the comic, because even with that mask, you can't see his eyes. So.
Yeah, I know. I get it. It was just. It
and
seemed
again,
a little.
And again, isn't that mask part of his ring? Because isn't it a ring construct? Couldn't he just like make the eye slits disappear? Something else.
It just seemed a little goofy.
Yeah. So yeah, he's blind and he fires out that line and ties her up. Then of course, yeah, Cal asks Alan, "What's the story?" You know. And he's like, yeah, Cal, look, I'm a young man. My wife was still an old woman and was tearing us apart. She bargained with a devil. Yeah, it's Underworld Abyss special, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She sold her soul, her body to become the young Harlequin. But she was life. She was an empty vessel. But yeah, he says he descended in that special. He descended into hell and retrieved Molly's soul, and it's here with me. Now, reunite them. Hopefully I'll have my wife back. He's like, I didn't tell you everything I should have, but if it meant saving Molly, I'd do the same again. So basically, yeah, he uses what, the Starheart to reunite him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I get Cal thinking about Donna. And then, yep, Molly's back. She's old again, but back to normal. Yeah, he introduces Cal to Molly. He's like, where's the lesson? Sometimes being cold and hard is what it takes. You draw a line in the sand for yourself, but you need to know when to cross it. You wanted me to teach you something for what it's worth? I guess that's it. I'm like, man, that's kind of 90s for Alan Scott, isn't it?
Pretty 90s for a golden age hero.
I'm thinking it's just a bad day when you have to like dive into hell to retrieve your wife's soul. Yeah, you might not be in the best mood.
Yeah, perhaps.
Damn, Neuron.
Freaking Neuron.
Then after like Cal like thanks Alan and Molly, he takes off, and of course we have to have that last shot of Batman.
Of course.
Yeah, because come on, we advertised them on the cover, kids. We're gonna get at least one more.
I love Batman.
And then like the final 2 pages, we see a Darkstar getting killed.
Again, yeah, poor Darkstars, man.
They're cannon. I know, man. Their new name should be cannon fodder, you know.
Almost like the Nova Corps, over in Marvel.
Yes, because a mysterious figure kills one and says, send back the Darkstar's head. Let them know I'm coming. Boy, I wonder if that's going to blow up in our faces by the end of this episode.
I don't know. Probably.
But meanwhile, then we go to issue 72.
Which is the big red cheese.
Yes. We know him now as Shazam, kids, but back he was still called Captain Marvel back then, wasn't he?
Yeah, the first Captain Marvel, in fact. And in fact, they call him Captain Marvel. They call him Captain Marvel. It's just they can't have a title called Captain Marvel because I wonder what company is using that right now.
I know. I was always like, is it legal rights or do you just not? I mean, I could see them not wanting to call him Captain Marvel just on principle because it's like, do you want a character whose name like reminds you of like the competition?
Well, I mean, but he was, Fawcett Comics is where he started in the 40s. Yeah. He actually outsold Superman. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah,
then
because he is the original, right? Because he was before Marvel, right?
yeah, that because
Yeah.
Marvel didn't come in until like 60,
Late 60s, I think, like 68 or something.
yeah, 68, 67 maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a big grin there. Why?
No, I was gonna say, ordinarily she wouldn't, but I'll have to find some way just to trick Lilith to be like, hey, we could do some Marvel for 1969.
Summer of 69.
She'll be like, damn it. But yeah, this issue, I think the creative team is the same. So still Paul Pelletier art. I believe he does these first 3, and then I think Daryl Banks come back in 74. We'll see, but
yeah,
I think I remember
think you're right.
it was 74. So yeah, so next, so issue 2, or well, 72 starts with Captain Marvel catching a huge, looks like the head of a sphinx,
stone head, something, yeah.
Look out, Professor. Yeah, he put the head back on the sphinx at the top of the Fawcett City Museum. So he says goodbye to the professor, and then this professor, man, lightning again. Fawcett City must have more freak lightning strikes than any other place.
I wonder what that has anything to do with anything.
It's so weird. Every day you hear someone yelling, and then you like freak lightning storm, freak lightning strike.
Weird. It's very weird.
I was gonna say, man, Captain Marvel's coming or Shazam's coming when you hear lightning. It's like, oh crap.
I think Wade did something pretty cool. He had the Flash try to rescue Billy Batson from the lightning bolt.
Oh yeah, that was an issue with the Flash. Yeah. He calls down the lightning, and Wally grabs him and takes off, and the lightning follows them.
It's like what the heck?
I mean, this is after Wally got the Speed Force, was pulling, and that thing still caught up with them. Then we see Cal sketching stuff in the museum.
Yeah, and I think the Power of Shazam was still coming out at this time.
I think so, yeah.
By Jerry Ordway, and I think Ordway was writing and doing the art, if I remember right. But I like how Kyle comments kind of on the Art Deco feel, because they gave Fawcett City kind of its own feel. Made it look very 40s Art Deco. So having Kyle comment on that was kind of cool, I thought.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of like what was that other one, Starman? The city kind of had its own feel. Yeah, I was just looking up real quick. Let's see, this issue is March '96. I was seeing if we still had Power of Shazam. I'm pretty sure we did in March of '96. Oh yes, I believe we do.
You know what else happened in March of '96?
What's that, William?
Twins happened in March of '96.
The movie?
No, My Sons.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm old. I know.
You know what happened in June of 1996?
No.
I graduated high school.
Nice.
Just to make you feel old man.
Thanks. Get off my lawn.
I think we had. Oh wait, I think they were further along than this. Okay, it was a Power of Shazam 13. Yeah, Power of Shazam number 13, March '96.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought it had been going on longer than that by this point, but.
Well, I think he had a miniseries earlier, was it like late '80s, early '90s? But
and there was a big graphic novel that kicked off, I think.
Yeah, I think Powers is Yeah, Ordway was writing it, but he already had a penciler, Pete Krause.
That's right. Yeah, he wasn't doing he was just writing. He was writing it, and the art it definitely had its own look for the time. It didn't look like any other book that DC was putting out.
I'm surprised, man, they didn't try to cross more stuff over with this Green Lantern story.
Make Heroes Quest go a little bit longer.
I mean, come on, you want to boost sales? You could have did a Batman crossover that first part.
And Superman, really? Why didn't they go see Superman
I know. It's like,
or the Flash? I'm just thinking Justice League at this
well,
point.
him and Wally are still kind of,
Oil
one
and
shake
water,
the
yeah.
ground. Yeah, so I get not the Flash thing, but
And Aquaman, they didn't exactly have a good
oh
first
yeah,
kind of intro.
they had a falling out over a shark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. Superman had 4 monthly books. March '96. That was the month when he did all the team ups too. So this would have been perfect. Because I think Adventures of Superman it was him and Impulse. Superman Man of Steel was Superman Inspector. I'm like, Superman. Oh, wait. Yeah, Superman 110 from March of 1996. Oh, no, that's not that. Him and Plastic Man. Superman. And Plastic Man. That's right. I was going to say, I thought it was something else for a second. Because I know there was an issue of Man of Tomorrow where Superman and Shazam teamed up. Or Captain Marvel. The quarterly book.
Yeah, that's right. The skip week book.
Hey, we have 52 weeks a year, not 48. So
exactly. And we got to have Superman on the stands every week.
I mean, I guess they don't want to keep track, but I'm like, that's only 4 extra weeks a year? I mean, and you had 4 monthly books. Couldn't you say, okay, hey, Action, you're going to get an extra book this year. Man of Steel, you're going to get an extra book this year. Superman, you're going to get an extra book this year. I don't know. Maybe it's the mystery of publishing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so yeah, we're rambling like old men.
Get off my lawn. Sorry.
Yeah, the professor throws him out, says, the thing isn't open yet, the exhibit isn't open yet. Then he runs into Billy Batson.
He's such a cranky professor too. I mean,
I know. Billy, holy moly, your sketches are really good.
Get away, kid, you bother me. That's basically what Kyle says, right?
I know. And then the professor gets possessed by something that looks like pink gas coming out of some ancient jar.
Exactly.
Then the whole museum, it looks like a big explosion happens in the museum, and both Kyle and Billy are like, "Oh, hey, I better get out of here."
I better get out of here.
So Kyle goes to change, and then of course another freak lightning strike hits the city.
Man, what is it with that freak lightning?
Shazam. See, that's the thing. I mean, I get if you don't want to call him, or you don't want to, or you can call him Captain Marvel, but I think it's stupid to call him Shazam because he can't call himself his own name because then he changes.
Yeah, I mean, and everybody calls him Captain Marvel in the books. It's just he can't name the title that because Marvel Comics has.
But I mean, on
the title.
Yeah, currently too it's Shazam, right? The name Shazam. It's
no, it doesn't work. Yeah,
it's Captain Thunder, something.
Yeah, which would actually work from a historical standpoint because that was the ash can. Yeah.
So yes, they both go in the museum, and oh hey, look! Speaking of '90s buff, man, that possessed professor is now all
90s buff.
90s muscles, man. His little mini skirt. You will bow down before the resurrected SETI. Tool of Shazam. He's like, you're known to me. This other one is not.
He just called him a tool.
I know.
Sorry.
That was probably on at this time. I think that was on around this time.
I think Beavis and Butthead was on around this time.
So see, kids, you could have read this and watched that then. So yes, they're fighting the professor, and then Cal gets trapped in some rubble, and Captain Marvel picks it up off him. Gosh, are you all right?
Gosh, gee.
I know. He's like, even Cal's like, man, he sounds a little young.
Yeah, it's like a Boy Scout.
And gee, this stuff must have been priceless. So then Cal goes to attack this professor.
Well, and Captain Marvel says, "Yeah, hey, we should try talking to him." Kyle's like, "Whatever, bro."
Yeah, and even Kyle's like, "It's got to be the mask." But he rips the mask off, but the professor's still possessed. So yeah, like Captain Marvel said, yeah, he wanted to talk to him, so he talks to him and says, you wanted to bring glory to all this stuff, Professor. Look, you're ruining it. This was the wrong way, Professor. Come back. So yeah, the thing pops out of the Professor, and then it goes for Captain Marvel. And Cal traps it in a ring construct sarcophagus.
Very apropos.
See, what would Hal Jordan have trapped it in? A giant boxing glove?
That's right.
Or the ka, the Egyptians called it his essence. Said he was vengeful, angry. Oh, who is this? All right, here you go, Ray. I know you're not probably not listening to this, but you're welcome. Who's this? Seti or Conchu?
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
Well, once again, Ray. Again.
Ray's not gonna hear this.
So basically, Shazam's advice is, well, why fight if you don't have to?
Yeah.
He's like, why were you looking for me? And Cal's like, well, I think I learned what I need to know. And again, last 2 pages, we see dead Darkstars.
And planets this time. Whole populations of planets.
4 different planets and 4 different panels. And then, the last page, we see Jon Stewart, Colin Ferris, Donna Troy, Mirren, and some other guys.
One of them's like a former Green Lantern. They end up... Poor Darkstars.
I know. They figure out that, whoever's doing this will be on Ron in 3 days. And John says, all right, then. The Darkstars make their stand on Ron. Ran.
Adam Strange. I've always liked Adam Strange.
Very sci-fi. Very like 50s sci-fi.
He was always thought his way out of problems. And used a laser gun to shoot his way out.
I was gonna say he's got a jetpack and a laser gun.
He's awesome.
All right. But meanwhile, Cal has one more stop to make before he meets up with the Darkstars. So yes, Gateway City.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, I thought you were about to say, I wonder who he's going to meet up with.
I should have. Dang it.
Come on, Kona. Come back. This old man doesn't have your timing.
I didn't have the timing. I missed it. I totally missed it.
Same team again, I believe. So, yeah, but it opens up with a fight between Cal and Wonder Woman. What? On the dock.
Yeah, and then he has to quote unquote kill her.
Yeah, because she hits she goes, so kill me, sure thing.
Okay.
It basically beats on her for a while, and then like ties her to a giant anchor and drops her in the river. That crowd, you see that? He killed her. Wonder Woman's dead, and Green Lantern did it.
Yeah, I mean, okay. First off, if the plan is to kill her, why not pretend to be some villain that kills her? Okay.
I know that. I know. I mean, this story seems pretty flimsy. Hey, 2 heroes are. I mean,
yeah. Or if you're gonna, pretend to be an alien and take her off planet, or I just this.
I mean, I guess. If you want to do this, maybe just every 30 seconds, I just have Cal say, "I am Pasimon."
I'm gonna send you to somewhere else.
I'm gonna send you to Poseidon. Welcome back to the weekly dad jokes, kids.
That's right. Dad jokes are the best jokes.
This time we get Darkstars by page 8.
Yeah.
But they're like, they're making a stand with every Darkstar who still has power left in their suit.
18 of them, right? I think is the number.
Because Colin Ferris says, since the controllers withdrew their energy, so yes, it's official. Only the new model uniforms with self-contained power units are viable. 18 of us, including me and you, he says to Jon Stewart. All that's left of the Darkstars. He's telling Jon, yeah, we'll get the job done. And Jon says, I guess command's weighing heavily on me. Oh, look who lifted his spirits. It's Mirren. But he's like, yeah, there's a world conqueror on the loose out there, someone powerful enough to destroy entire planets. And we're going after him with an army of 18. So yeah, they're headed for Rand still, and then we see Cal back in Gateway City sitting on top of a bridge. And then a very wet Wonder Woman shows up. And he makes her a towel to dry off. But yeah, she said there's 3 alien criminals. They're stranded in Coast. They were stranded in Coast City a month ago. Their ship ditched off the coast with a faulty warp drive. So they were stranded in a crater? I mean, you really can't call that a city anymore, can you? That's what they should really steered in that, been like, yeah, coast crater. But yeah, they're trying to steal an experimental prototype from Dynatech to repair their ship. But they escaped. Wonder Woman stopped them. They escaped. But here, at least someone's mentioning the goings on in their book, because she's like, I should have stopped them before now, but I've had to deal with Darkseid and the demon and everything else.
That's what's going on in her book at the time. I think this was when John Byrne was doing the writing and the art on Wonder Woman.
It might have been, yeah. So I mean, at least they, somebody's plugging Wonder Woman's book. See, doesn't that sound interesting, kids? See, you get my OCD going. I gotta check to see what Wonder Woman was doing around this time. Is this the April issue now? I think so. Yeah, it is the Byrne era.
Like what, 200, above 200?
No. April 1996 was Wonder Woman 108.
108.
Yeah. So, it's after the whole 90s. She lost her title. Now she's back.
Oh, yeah. So, like 140s, 130s is when Adam Hughes, I think, started doing covers on Wonder Woman. Yeah.
This might be a Byrne cover. Yeah, this is Wonder Woman 108.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have that issue. Pretty sure I do.
So, yeah.
Not sure I could find it right now, but I'm pretty sure I have it.
Yeah. Byrne. It's the Byrne, kids. Byrne.
Feel the burn.
So yes, then when we see the aliens trying to break in, and Wonder Woman tells there's two big males and one female. Wonder Woman says, "You take the female. I got the 2 big guys." Which again, I guess kind of makes sense. It's her city. I mean, she's in Superman wink, strength.
She's class. Wonder Woman. She's like the ultimate warrior. Of course, she's going to take the. And Kyle is still, learning.
Yes, but I love she shows up. And they're like, "Wait, you're not dead." And Kyle's like, "Hiya." I love when the woman alien surrender to you. We would prefer to avoid you, Amazon, but we're not afraid of you. And this must be the new Green Lantern. He doesn't look like much to me. But she just says, "Kill them." So yeah, they're all fighting. And Kyle says to the woman, "Look, let's be serious. We both know how this is going to end." She goes, "With you dead." So yeah, Wonder Woman takes down the 2 big guys. Cal throws the woman in a cage.
She blows up the warp generator or something.
Well, yeah, she sets it to explode, and Cal's like, "Wait, you're not going to do the thing you're doing," but he drops the cage. Wonder Woman grabs the thing and takes the explosion.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me either, but okay, I'm just going to go with it.
I mean, just the way she's crouched like that. I mean, I might have bought it more if like she'd put it on the ground and like laid on top of it. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, it's still kind
of weird.
I mean, I know she's strong, but I mean, if it's like a warp drive thing, wouldn't it
just transport her
not so much
somewhere?
Explosion? But I mean, I'm sure might be some nuclear part, but it's like, wouldn't it be like gravity waves too? And I don't know. Again, it's sci-fi. Yeah. But then, of course, Wonder Woman's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Wonder Woman's going to take them to prison, and she says, "You wanted me to teach you something, Green Lantern? When there's no other choice, save battle, embrace it, use all the power you have, never hold back." That never underestimate a woman.
So, wait. So Donna shows up. Says,
Yep.
"Hey, I was looking for Wonder Woman."
Last page.
But then Kyle says, "Okay, we're going." So there we go.
I do like that. Like, especially since because Daryl Banks is back with 74.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if this was a note from Mars or something, because it's like, look at the last page of 73. You see Donna from like, you're like looking behind Cal's back. Then they flip the perspective on the first page of 74. Now you're looking from like behind Donna and you see Cal's face.
That's cool.
I know, especially since it was two different artists too. I was like, oh, cool.
Well, okay, so the Hero's Quest was a 3-parter.
Yes.
I really feel like the Wonder Woman issue was the weakest of the 3.
I wonder, I mean, Wonder Woman popular, I guess, but 2, I wonder if it was just an excuse, because if Dawn is going to come looking for anyone, isn't she going to come looking for Wonder Woman?
Yeah, exactly.
So was that an excuse?
Or the JLA. I mean, they could have hand-waved a lot of different reasons for her to bump into him, but so if we agree that it was the weakest of the 3, what do you think was the better one? Gotham or Fawcett City?
I mean, they were both good. I mean, maybe just the Alan Scott one, just because of his ties to Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, again, the Shazam one was pretty good too. So
cool.
What did you think?
I think I kind of liked the Captain Marvel one, just because the message was, hey, you don't have to fight all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he wasn't going to learn that in Gotham City.
Yeah, no, that's not a lesson that can be taught in Gotham City, I don't think.
I mean, any other day I could have seen that message coming from Alan, but like I said, making a trip to hell for your wife, he might not have been in the best of moods.
He was cranky.
Oh, he's a young man now. He's got that testosterone flowing again. So Donna and Cal reunites, and she says, she came looking for Diana. And
okay, now next question for you. Where do you rate the 3-part Hero's Quest in relation to this 2-parter? I don't even know what this is. Does this have a 2-part designation, or is it just?
I don't. Here, let me see if there's a. I don't think, but that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have been part of Hero Quest. I mean, I know he's not running the Sea People, but I don't think this has like a. I mean, shouldn't 75 have been part of the overarching?
Yeah. I mean, 74 and 75 were pretty tight, because it's all about, we had been building up to the action, and they're really the action. And
I just wonder if there was a lot of folding in of Darkstars and like a lot of like strategizing, because again, it's the same creative team except that Daryl Banks is back on pencils, but there's 4 editors on 74.
Wow.
Yes. I'm just wondering if there was a lot of, hey, what was going on at the end of Darkstars? Hey, let's fold this in here, and hey, maybe Dawn is going to come back. Jon Stewart's going to be a supporting cast member, so we're going to fold this in. We can kill this one off, or these ones can stay here and do whatever.
I mean, you had the editor in chief, the group editor, the editor and probably an assistant editor. Is that? I mean,
maybe. But I'm just wondering if it was just did Ron Mars get more notes on like these 2 issues than like anything else beforehand? It's just like, okay, here's what you can do. You can use these Darkstars. Don't use these Darkstars. Kill off these Darkstars before.
I don't know.
By the time this thing is over,
didn't Charlie get killed? Wasn't Charlie the one that was leading the?
I think, yeah. But I just wonder if they're they're just like, okay, here's where you need to be with each of these characters by the end. What you do in the middle, whatever. But this is where you need to be.
This is where they got to end up. Yeah.
With each Darkstar by the end of this story. So yeah, basically it's like 74 is basically Cal and Donna reuniting, and yeah, the Darkstars preparing to make their stand. Get a summary of the last 3 issues. Cal telling Donna, but then they take a ring construct ship, and Donna's like, why? Why didn't we just take my ship? But we still have to take the warp drive or whatever out of my ship. He's like, guys don't like driving in their ex-girlfriend's cars. I'm like, shut up. Yeah, God forbid you conserve some power before this big fight.
Yeah, and why would he need the warp core anyway? He's the Green Lantern.
Exactly. And again, you're using all this power to power this shit,
Yeah, okay, whatever.
But then they get attacked anyway.
Yeah, and they end up taking out everybody except one ship, and then they leave it there so that all the people that are floating in space can go back to it, I think is what he said. Wasn't going to leave people stranded in space.
Yeah, something like that. But then on Ran,
meanwhile, on Ran,
Darkstars finally meet the Grayven. Not Craven, Grayven. Gray.
And he has daddy issues.
Oh yeah, but they haven't revealed that yet. But yeah, yeah. Look, he man. Oh, why don't those look like Omega beams taking out Adam Strange?
Huh? I don't know. I wonder who his dad could be. I mean, he's got gray, rocky looking skin. I don't know.
He's literally just like backhands John Stewart away. But yeah, then Donna and Cal finally make it to Ran, and the last page is just Grayven pointing at them. You're next, as he's holding John Stewart by an unconscious John Stewart by the neck. Okay, I have a question for you. I know this is the 90s, but in 74 here, no, is it just me, or did it seem like there was at least a few times were we getting a bunch of like Donna butt shots in this? Like
I would not be surprised at all. This was the 90s.
Finding Ran, you get I mean, like her torso is like horizontal to the ground, but it seems like her butt's like at an angle.
Yeah.
Again, not 90s physics here.
Yeah.
And Grayven's assistant there, does she look a little like Aricia? Kinda,
but we still don't even know why Aricia like heals like super fast. I mean, she's like Wolverine. I don't know. We're gonna get to that next week.
Yeah, it's a guy corner. Yeah. All right, we're going long. So should we get to 75?
You bet.
All right, here. Let me. I'll check the credits, but it's probably gonna be this. What's the next issue here? Yeah. So yeah, so July 96. Yes, only 2 editors this time: Eddie Berganza and Kevin Dooley. So
okay,
I guess Ron Mars got the notes already. Oh my God, this is weird. Okay, so the first 4 issues we covered tonight, no synopsis. There's a synopsis for 75.
Oh wow, okay, cool.
Or The Last Stand. The battle for Ranagar continues, and Adam Strange awakens to find Cal Rayner taking on the threat of Grayven. While Lantern and Grayven swap attacks with one another, Adam regroups with Donna Troy and the injured John Stewart. John's body is bloodied and broken, and the others fear that he may not survive. While Cal continues, wouldn't this be the time for those Guardian powers to come popping out?
Does he get paralyzed here for a while?
I think he is in a wheelchair for a while. I'm pretty sure. I haven't read too much ahead, but I'm trying to remember from my original.
I seem
readings.
to
I think
remember that he was like out of commission physically for a while.
for a couple years here. I think doesn't he in a wheelchair, and then eventually, I think it might even be after Mars is gone. But it's like, aren't they like, oh hey, it's all psychosomatic. It's your head. Get out of that damn chair.
It's the Guardian powers.
Maybe. While Cal continues to fight Grayven, he discovers that his foe is the self-proclaimed son of Darkseid.
Oh no.
All right, kids, here we go. Get ready for this bad joke. Darkseid is an absent father.
Deadbeat dad.
Grayven confesses that Ran is just a stopgap to his ultimate goal, the destruction of his father's home world, Apocalypse. Everyone should be like, hey, if you don't promise don't attack us, we'll help you get to Apocalypse.
Yeah, here, you can use the thing. I mean, what do you? I don't understand.
We will give you a nice, comfy ride to Apocalypse as long as you don't touch anyone else.
Yeah,
we will drop you anywhere you want on Apocalypse. Please, with our blessing. Donna and Adam Strange rejoin the fight, and the Darkstars fight up against Grayven's armada. Charlie Vicker is shot at point-blank range and killed. While Chaser Braun leaps onto Charlie's killer, Galeus Zed finds another target and bites into his arm. Marin is petrified with fear over the fate of her lover, John Stewart. John is still alive, however, and manages to crawl to the control panel that operates the Mega Zeta beam. He activates the device and points it at Grayven, teleporting him off of the planet. Set that control for Apocalypse.
Yeah, just Apocalypse. It's spelled with a K. Apocalypse with a K.
That's how you know it's hardcore. The damage across the city-state is extensive, and the floating city of Ranagar threatens to fall from the sky. Cal ensnares the entire it says planet, but is that just a city?
I think city, just a city. Yeah.
But still, pretty impressive inside a force bubble and brings it safely to the planet's surface. After everything settles down, Donna, John, and Marin decide to quit the Darkstars and join the more popular book.
Ouch, man. Ouch.
No, again, we're not going to stay on a canceled book.
Yeah.
Green Lantern says his goodbyes and flies off back towards Earth. So yeah, because Colin Ferris and what is it? There's like 4 Darkstars left, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna stay here and help them rebuild." And after that, who knows?
At this point, nobody knows.
Well, again, you only got 4 suits. Well, Donna says, "Here, you can take my suit, cannibalize it, and fix the rest of your suits."
Mm-hmm.
So Donna's not even a Darkstar after this.
Titans were beckoning for her, I believe, right? Since they were.
Yeah, I mean,
ready to relaunch.
But series didn't start till 98 or 99, so I don't know if they didn't know when it was starting or. Because I mean, she's basically just in Kyle's book until
for a little while longer, and then
until like was it mid or late 80s or something.
I
know it's after her final night.
Okay,
because she's at the funeral for you know
who.
All right. So, what did you think of this overall, Will?
I thought it was kind of a fun little romp. I really the Wonder Woman issue I thought was a dip in quality because I just couldn't buy a lot of the.
Yeah, I mean, was it too much of a gag? Was it just it's like, oh hey, we're gonna pretend to fight? And
yeah. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good issue. I mean, I like a lot of the characters that guest starred, and the art was nice, and the stories were good. So it was a nice little 5 issues. It probably all should have been Heroes Quest. I don't know why they just did 3 issues of it as Heroes Quest.
Yeah, I mean, 75. It should have been like, here's the cumulative results. He became the hero he wanted to be, and he used everyone's lesson. Yeah. But yeah, all the guest stars I thought were good.
I love Batman.
Even the cash grabs. I mean,
and it was a pretty. Green Lantern has been pretty even, in quality wise. I mean, you kind of know what to expect. It's a pretty good standard superhero story. Now,
yeah.
I think one of the things that appealed to me as the series went on was the more incorporation of, Green Lantern mythos type stuff,
Yeah.
which because, the core and who? Some other guy. I don't remember. Anyway.
Oh,
But, this is just, well, I mean, okay, compare this to like the Siege of Sharan or whatever that was. I mean, there is no comparison, okay?
yeah. No,
This
I was
is so
gonna say,
much.
this is superior to anything we got in Darkstars or definitely Guy Gardner at this point. Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, that's
Even the
yeah.
weakest link. Find me the weakest link in what we covered tonight, and it's still better than Guy Gardner. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of say goodbye to our old friends, the Darkstars.
Yeah,
Like-
which and I think that series kind of went out on a pretty decent note. The quality jumped up at the end. There was a dip. There's a slide actually in the middle, and then it jumped back up at the end. But
Oh, we have too many of them alive at the end of that series.
we need to kill more of them. There only needs to be one Darkstar, one Green Lantern. We're gonna kill all the members of Legion 89 or 95 or whatever we're on right now. There's gonna be one of them. That's it.
No, there's four. There's four Darkstars. I think it was basically just, hey, we're gonna get, John Stewart and Donna Troy are gonna be, in Cal's book, like, pretty much full time now. So yeah, we're getting them out of the Darkstars.
There are no more Darkstars.
That's right.
And I don't think we see the Darkstars again until Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, and they're robots at that point.
I think so. Yeah, it's
So this is Rebirth, during Rebirth, and then we see him again during Grant Morrison's, the Green Lantern.
yeah, we're not gonna see a ton of Darkstars. Yeah,
But they get renamed to Black Stars, I think, in that series.
Yeah. All right, we went long. Anything else, William?
I'm good, man. I'm
All
a
right.
little jealous that you're going to get to read Green Lantern tomorrow, and I'm still waiting for mine to be delivered. So
I'll try not to rub your nose in it.
you'll have to tell me how good it is. Okay.
Yes, I will. Oh yeah, especially how Jordan showed up. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, in the preview, he and Joe are talking. She goes, giant cosmic threats. You faced some of those before. Yeah. And what's the plan? And he says, well, he's a giant sequoia. We keep hitting him until he falls down. It's not really much of a plan. I mean, that's kind of Hal Jordan, Although I would have thought he said, like something like, I don't do plans, because he doesn't, right?
All right, so yes, maybe I'll give you a review next week. But speaking of next week, yes, William, I think you hit the nail on the head. We're going to wrap up the Guy Gardner series, issues 40 through 44, and I threw annual 2 on there. That's that Legends of the Dead Earth annual. I figure
might as well take it. That means we will have done the entire Guy Gardner series with both of its annuals, right?
Yes, 44 issues and 2 annuals. Yes, sir.
Wow. And we did like 28 of the Darkstar issues. Is that right?
Something like that.
I think we missed like some there in the middle at the beginning. I mean,
yeah, in the beginning. Yeah. So probably around 20 at least. Yeah. If we ever get bored, we can go back, but I don't think we're going to be that bored.
Yeah. And we also did, of course, all of Mosaic.
Yeah. All right. I'm thinking, since we're doing the Legends of the Dead Earth annual for Guy Gardner, I'm going to throw the Green Lantern in there. Maybe in 3 weeks, because in 3 weeks there's only 2 issues, so maybe I'll throw it in there.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So next week we're gonna finish off all the rest of the Guy Gardner issues, and then in 2 weeks it's the Green Lantern Green Arrow team up, Cal Rayner and Connor Hawke from Green Lantern 76 and 77, and Green Arrow 110 and 111. Talk about your daddy issues. All right, kids. So, so send us your thoughts on all of those. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Green Lantern Facebook fan group. And again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Capes and Lunatics YouTube channel. Every episode gets a video. You can see Will Allred in person. And again, if you're a fan of the Peacemaker series, where we did an interview with Miss Annie Chang, that's up there. It's burning up the YouTube channel. Last I checked, it was like, I think it was over 1,500 views. So, yeah, you people like it. So, yeah, please check that. Subscribe to the YouTube. Most important, if you can, subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we're out here on our own. The controllers have pulled their interest, so we're doing this ourselves. So, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, get early access to creator interviews. Every month, Lilith and I talk to the man himself, Mr. DG Chichester, about one of his comic creations.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
That's right. And Patreon exclusive, we're going to find the worst superhero movie of all time. February's episode is going to be 2015's Fantastic Four versus X-Men Apocalypse. Place your bets now. And subscribe to the Patreon so you know what happens.
I
broke him.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Fantastic Four winning that battle.
That's the worst. I could see that. I could easily see that. All right, kids. So so subscribe to the Patreon or get yourself some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Everything is at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And remember, just because he's doing time in solitary confinement, you could still follow Matt Kona on all social media at Matt Kona, MATTKONA.
I could sprinkle some pin particles on it to make it bigger. It's got to be longer. I need a full-length one. See you later, Bunky. Suck it, Lilith.
All right, Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the crossover division. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED on Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and probably the Instagram and maybe other places that I don't even remember setting up. But you can also find Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com, where the third issue is very close to being sent to the printer. So we should be doing fulfillment on that via our latest Kickstarter. And Crossover Division number 4 will be launching soon on Kickstarter, probably within a couple of months, hopefully April.
Nice. Yes.
Hey, boys, look at the party. I love the party.
That's right. And then if you're interested in Diary of Night, you can check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And then if you like Quasar, there's all kinds of cool information about him at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
And the show that gave us so many classic drops.
I'll put it in my navel.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
See, kids, you need to go back and listen to the Quantum Zone, kids. I mean, just get the context of those drops.
I hope it's going somewhere nice.
152
episodes, yes.
We love us our Quasar.
Ooh, and an annual, because we did those Guardians of the Galaxy issues during the summer. Yeah. All right, kids.
Good time.
Again, we close down Darkstars. We're going to close down Guy Gardner next week. Gonna get the Green Lantern air in 2 weeks.
So, final night when somebody dies, is that 97 or 98?
What, the year?
Yeah.
I think it's 97 because it's coming up around issue 80 or 81. So I mean, he just did 75 tonight. So
that's
like 5 or 6 months.
So they basically kill him after 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a little while, resurrect him as a Spectre, and then in 10 years he's brought back. So
that new math, kids. Good night.